Good morning, and welcome to Bold Boulder. It is another beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we are currently at the Boulder City Police Department. Here we have our host, Alan Goya.
With Travis Robinson.
And Alan Goya.
Hey, another great day in the neighborhood. Episode 133, is that where we are?
I think it's 133.
Oh, what a great day, what a beautiful day. Hey, what is that? Look at that thing.
What is that?
What's happening there? There's a police car with lights on. Let's go check it out.
Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, what's happening? Hey, good morning. How you doing? Good. Oh yeah. And Lanni here. We're at the BC Police Volunteer, right? You guys look great. Yeah. So, I don't know if anybody knew that we have at Boulder City, police volunteers, and we also have our own cruiser. We have volunteer cruiser.
The volunteer cruiser.
With lights.
With lights.
Kind of give us a tour. Why don't you give us a tour of the car? Tell us what do we got here? Okay.
What's under the hood?
Yeah. This is basically a retired police unit. It's got pretty much everything that the police unit would have. It's just stripped of a few items like shotguns.
No shotguns?
No shotguns, no weapons.
We took the cage out that used to separate the prisoners.
No cage, but
no cage.
pretty clean interior. Let's check out these buttons.
But you still can't open the door from the inside, right?
That's correct. They're still not able to be operated by the passengers.
Right. It's permanently childproof.
Yes, it is.
This is the front of the car. We have all of our emergency lighting available up here.
Oh yeah?
All controlled by this box down below.
Wow, Travis, check out
Okay, let's check out the box.
Check out the box.
Yeah.
Right above that is our radio system, so we can communicate with the station or any other unit in the field.
Yeah, there's the radios.
How come we got two radios here there, Lanni?
One is for PA, loudspeaker.
Oh, right. So we can play like Voice of God out here. Hey, you're jaywalking. Or...
Yes, but I believe they took that away from us as well.
Oh, yeah, we're yelling at
Good morning, Kelly.
We're scaring people?
Yeah. Oh. Hey, well, we're going to go out and do a little radar this morning. Would you guys like to ride along?
Hey, we'd love to ride
A radar?
Okay, this is going to be another day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day.
All right.
Travis, you're about to...
Okay, he's coming around. This is my first ride along.
Ready, sir?
Okay, here we go.
Dave's asking, can you turn red lights to green?
Can we turn red lights to green?
No, I'm afraid not.
It can't be Christmas.
We didn't get the multicolored lighting.
Good morning, Dave.
Okay, you all seat belted in?
Oh yeah, no, safety first.
Yeah. So you guys are like,
The first thing we do is turn on our radar. So while we're driving around, if somebody has a radar detector in their car or they're parked or they're coming toward us, they realize they are on radar. Second thing we do is we contact dispatch and let them know that we are headed out into the field.
Okay.
That's right.
Dispatch Victor 4 is 10-8.
Victor 4.
Correction, that's Victor 5.
Victor 5.
Okay, I can tell you a lot about this.
We've been acknowledged.
Nice. We exist.
We're Victor 5.
Victor 5, I like it.
Pretty much what our control panel does
Okay.
is it allows us to control the different lights we have on the light bar.
And what's the different light settings that we have?
Well, let me start out with them, okay?
Let's see.
This one is the overhead light bar, and that is the back light. That allows us to direct traffic around us or in one specific direction. This is the back and some of the front lights.
Okay.
This is everything.
That's
This
all
is
the
what
lights.
You saw pretty much when you guys came walking up, okay?
Okay, so that's
That's
the
everything.
mash it and hit the gas.
Front, back, side, up, you know.
Wow.
All right, the balance of the stuff here,
Yeah.
left alley. If we were driving up an alley, we have a white light that we can turn on, points off to the left.
Oh, the sides. Cool.
Yeah.
Side.
Right alley, that one right there. That's 4 off to the side. Takedown lights, 2 bright white lights that face forward. That way, if we pull up on a car, we can use that light for additional lighting to help light them up.
No idea there was so many lights actually.
Is that the blind?
Spotlight. Now,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, spotlight.
many times we only have one person in a car.
Right.
But if you've noticed, or well, maybe you saw it on cops, when they
Yeah.
stop a car for a traffic violation, or for any reason really, at nighttime what they'll do is they shine that in the back window. This button turns on the right spotlight.
It's just to bug
At the
people, or
same
just, you know.
No, believe it or not, what people in law enforcement do is not to bug them,
Uh-huh.
but for officers' safety.
Right.
You don't know who that person is that you're stopping. They might have just murdered their wife, robbed
They could
the
have.
bank, you know.
It's possible.
I mean, yeah.
It is
Well, I think about it every time I go out on the streets of BC. Who has murdered their wife?
Let me tell you something.
That's what Alan's really looking for when he's volunteering.
Let me tell you a little bit about BC. BC is the safest city in the state of Nevada.
Right.
This is
Really?
proven by statistics. I don't care how small of a city or big, this is the safest city.
Right.
Okay?
Huh.
Don't get me wrong, there are things that happen. There are problems. There have been burglaries. There have been vandalism. You know, for a long time.
There's
the biggest-
landscaping.
I'm sorry?
We got landscaping. We also have palm trees.
Yeah.
For a long time, the biggest crime in this town was bicycle theft.
Ah.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Huh.
We got a
about-
bicycle stolen.
Think about the other side of the hill. Shootings, robberies, sexual assaults. You know, I mean,
That and those damn kids on the skateboards.
that's right.
Yeah, kids on the skateboards. I had a rash of those. Travis.
We
Yeah.
had a strike team that went after them, too.
A strike
I
team.
believe it.
Oh yeah.
They're
So
like
what
12
is the
o'clock.
purpose of the volunteers, Gary?
Is to basically be the eyes and ears of the community and of the police department. All of the folks, and we have 27 volunteers.
27, man.
currently.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of volunteers
Yes,
actually.
it is. They come
Dang.
from all walks of life. We
Right.
have retired folks. We have as young as 26.
Well, what? A couple of
Really?
them don't walk either, right?
A couple of them don't walk.
Yeah.
They drive. What?
Okay,
I
that's
don't
what he
understand
does.
the question.
What else would they do?
You know, of the people we have, everybody brings different things to the table, as they say. We have
Right.
a retired air traffic controller,
Right.
a retired colonel, a retired NHP officer,
Oh wow.
a federal officer from National Park Service. We even have a pilot, currently working pilot for a multi-engine jet,
Oh yeah.
who's volunteering for
Oh,
us.
we even have an ex-puppeteer. I was a puppeteer.
And an ex-puppeteer.
What was your background, Gary?
Mine, it was a combination of EMS, emergency medical services, and law enforcement.
Ah.
And I've been in Boulder City for about 31 years now.
Wow.
Love it. And this is my way, just like everybody else in the volunteer program, of giving back to the community. We love our town. It's our way of helping.
Lanni, what's your background? What do you do before?
I'm originally from California.
Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I escaped.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here.
I retired from the county of Los Angeles. I worked for the Public Works flood control division in the San Gabriel Valley.
Ah.
So we dealt with post-fire flooding, mudslides, keeping the water headed to the ocean all the time, no matter what, maintaining all of our facilities. I retired out of there as a supervisor at 27 years complete. Came here because my brothers lived here for 20 years, and he said, when you retire, you should look at Boulder City. It's a great place. He was right. I came here, fell in love with it,
Never left.
lived here, and then realized I want to do something for this town. And this just happened to pop up, and I jumped at it, and I've been a volunteer now for a little over 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's, I mean, there's all over the place. Like, we have women on the, on the volunteers too.
Yes.
In California. And then if you're lucky, you might even come to a training session where you get Fox's barbecue.
If you're really lucky and have good timing.
Yeah, living right, it's been known to happen that training sessions includes Fox barbecue.
So, what about the previous past experiences of the volunteers?
Well, what are you guys'
that was a
biggest
great
adventures?
list. Yeah.
What are your most memorable things here?
Okay, let me tell you what we've done so far. Okay,
Yeah.
we have all of our volunteers are trained. We don't just hire someone, put them in a uniform, and put them out in a police car.
Right. Oh, we have a question.
Yes.
Dave Anderson's one. Do we have a donut stop before we reach wherever we're going?
Well, we have an eject button for the back seat.
I know. See,
Yeah, it's usually used for donut jokes.
yeah.
Reserve the
Volunteers
eject.
only eat bagels. They round, have a hole in the center.
Actually, it's mostly like pepperoni pizza,
Yeah.
preferably room
At this
temperature.
time of the morning, if we have to talk food, we can talk napping. That would be
Yeah.
okay. Some of the memorable things we have
Oh,
done.
so we got some lights on.
You may remember that there was a marijuana bus. There was approximately $1 million worth of marijuana that was stored in a warehouse here in town.
Ah,
It was a
One of our
growing,
volunteers.
it was growing.
operation.
Ah.
I'm sorry, a growing operation. One of our volunteers is the one who discovered that.
So when you say $1 million, is that retail or wholesale?
I'm really not
Okay,
sure.
I just want.
There was
Still a lot
also
of
3 or
marijuana.
4 arrests that came from it. Of some,
Uh-huh.
I believe they were Chinese nationals.
Really?
We've also
That's radical.
Yeah.
Huh.
had a group of 3 that were looking into cars and trying doors. A volunteer observed that, and
Oh.
those folks don't do anything illegal anymore because they're sitting in a detention center, I believe.
Right. Right.
Then there's the same volunteer involved with the drugs. This seems to be an interesting person, interesting volunteer. That man basically also is responsible for the naked guy walking down the street. Not the volunteer.
Not the volunteer was
The
naked.
other guy was naked.
Oh, you observed them.
Yes.
Whereas most normal people just didn't notice that there was a
The power of observation.
He was like, there's a naked guy across the street. I know because I'm a BC volunteer and it's on my rule book.
I was trained.
I was trained. I've been trained. You have to do background checks, right? And I mean, people are just not only have training, but they have to have background checks and.
Of course, you can't
interviews.
just walk in off the street and say, "Hi, I want to drive around in a police car."
Yeah.
There is a complete background check. There can be no felony convictions.
Right.
Most misdemeanor convictions are not appropriate for the volunteers. They're good people.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Well, let's figure out.
Yeah,
Let's how this speed thing works.
Yeah.
here.
So what are we doing on the side of the road
What are we
here?
doing on the side of the road? Yeah, we're on the side of the
We're
road.
resting is what we're doing.
We're resting.
I don't know if you can see the sign in front of us, but that is
The
the
ba-
backside of the speed limit sign. It's
Aha.
55 mph, miles
Right.
per hour, and we're on the other side of Railroad Pass.
Right, so,
We're
is
on
this
the
why
border
all
to
these
the-
cars are slowing down when they
Yes.
see us? They're looking straight at a police cruiser.
That's the magic number right there.
Oh, okay, so that's the radar.
Right.
I thought it was an actual radar
This is a
gun.
radar unit right here. This is what's doing the reading of the speed.
Okay.
And then the speed is displayed here.
So you can actually just see him slowing down in real time. That's
Absolutely,
great.
yes.
So that guy slowed
Yeah,
down.
63
Whoa,
to 53.
10 miles an hour, he went down. There was some brake pads on that one.
It just shows that this does serve as a deterrent.
Yeah, no, they don't see volunteer on the side. All they see is a cop car.
Exactly.
That's right.
Alan, that's right.
That's what this volunteer has. Do not shoot the volunteers. we don't. Matter of fact, this is courtesy, right? We don't write tickets.
We just slow people down.
We just slow people down.
We act as a deterrent.
Right.
Okay, 64 for the car, the black one over there, or the dark colored one. But probably slowing down. Okay? You know,
Yeah.
they do when they see it.
84.
Whoa!
Woo! Hot sauce.
Let's call dispatch here. You know.
And that's a little fast for a 55.
He didn't see us. His
Yeah,
wife
he
just
didn't
hit him in
see
the
us.
head. Go ahead, like, did you see that cop car? What cop car?
He's playing with a cell phone.
That makes it
Probably.
worse. That's dangerous and illegal, you know. When we first pulled up, the first car we picked up was doing 70 in a 55. That was the first radar display we had.
Hey, Kelly. Kelly's online. She's watching you. So, Kelly's, whatever you say will be used against you, Gary.
Okay. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Kelly is one of our volunteers. She's a squad leader, as is Lanni.
Right, squad. And you got stripes. What is that? Look at that.
What is
Show me
that?
stripes. Look at the stripes on his.
I'm the assistant coordinator for the program.
I can't see
You
it.
see the weird? It's on
That
his lapel.
Richardson is the general
Oh, there it
manager.
is. There it is.
Yeah.
The
He's
stripes.
a city employee, and I'm one of the volunteers.
Does people salute you when you have that on?
No, they don't salute me. They just usually kiss my ass.
Okay, yeah. It's man.
Didn't
It's,
you get a one-finger salute?
I forgot about that. Yes. When you mentioned Kelly and I were in the car in the same identical spot, running radar. But here comes this Cadillac doing 101 miles an hour inbound into Boulder, you know. But at that speed and with traffic, you can't even get a license plate. They're moving that fast.
Yeah.
You know, and Nevada is 67 miles an hour until he starts slowing down.
right.
Good morning, Sylvia. Welcome.
That's what our purpose in life is.
Kelly says,
Yes, they slow us. They slow down. They're safer.
Right. Do you send letters to people and let them know that they've been, you know, if
We
you
also
get a.
have a program. We usually do it more by the schools or in residential areas.
Right.
Where we will monitor traffic, people who are speeding. And
Right.
when we say speeding, we're talking about 10, 15 miles an hour over the limit. We record date, time, license plate information, and then we have a courtesy letter that we send out to them. It's not a citation, it's not a warning. It's a letter saying you were observed at such and such a speed, date, time. Please slow down. It's safer.
Right. This is your lucky day. In other words.
Yeah.
Kelly says we'll have much to talk about later.
One of my favorite letters went out, and the mom called back saying, I did not know my child would do that in my car. They'll never do that again because I took the car away from them. Thank you for the letter. You know.
Thank you, volunteer, for serving justice.
Yeah, thanks. I could have taken the ticket. Don't tell my mom.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we do.
Yeah.
We also, the letter program, the speed program, we're also doing a stop sign. I don't know if you've noticed, many people go through stop signs. They gotta roll that stop, you know.
Yeah.
And whether they call it a California stop or whatever, it's also dangerous.
Right.
So we've got a program we're going to be initiating very, very soon. We also do vacation checks.
Right.
People, when they go out of town, we go to their houses, we check them.
Hey,
It's
can we
actually
do
a really nice service.
Can we do one of those?
Certainly.
Hey, let's
All
go.
right.
Let's go
It's time for
patrol.
us to get out of
Let's
here.
go patrol.
We different things for the city. We do it
Traffic
for the
control.
people.
Traffic control, right?
Yes,
I
we
mean-
direct traffic, and
Gonna
whether it's a fire, we had
get my
an
spill
airplane
back on.
emergency
Right.
not too very, very long ago.
Right.
And
Oh yeah, burnout.
Spinner cup. Oh yeah, and we get to learn how to drive cruisers, and these things really cruise. Man.
Yeah, no, that's hauling.
You know, part of our training, actually my most fun day was training on how to do the authorized U-turns on I-11. It was pretty cool.
Ooh, Roger's got a really good question. So have BC volunteers had the opportunity to help with search and rescues for incidents such as missing or lost hikers?
In my tenure here, I was tasked to look for a missing elderly gentleman. His family reported that he just got up, walked out, and they didn't know where he was. They thought he was headed back to Arizona. So we put out kind of a dragnet that day.
Oh wow.
And so all the volunteers were involved in looking for this man as well as the police. So yeah, we get involved in that type of thing.
Okay.
It's really the backup. I think people think that there's a lot of police, but on a given day, we might have 3 patrolmen, right?
that's
Out there.
pretty much a normal day, maybe 4 on a good day. You know.
Yeah. But it's a 24/7, manpower thing with COVID and people go in and out. The volunteers become really essential, at least having things operate, right? Don't you guys also help with, let's say, city functions like the COVID testing and things like that?
We help out in any special event that the city puts on. We've done Spring Jamboree, the COVID testing at the fire station.
Oh wow.
We have done that every Tuesday since they started it. It's been going on now for almost 2 months
Right.
so far. We do things like that. As a volunteer, the requirement is we ask them to give us about 2.5 hours a week of their time. That's all. That's a total of about 10 hours a month. Some folks give us the minimum. Some folks give us 100 hours a month. They're a little, strange, but whatever people give us, as long as they reach the minimums, we think they're great. They're fine. We have this whole big assortment of people willing to give of themselves, and we think it's great. It helps everybody. Right now, if you two weren't here, there's 4 eyes that are looking out here, looking for the obvious, looking for the sneak thieves, the sneaky stuff.
All those bike theft stealers.
Yeah, well, here's 2 bicyclists. They look like criminals, don't they? No, I'm kidding. They don't.
On my last patrol, I was out over on the lakeside, and I noticed this white SUV,
Okay.
and he was kind of just driving slow and kind of looking around. And I noticed he turned into a little neighborhood, and shortly after he turned in, I saw an Amazon truck roll out. And I thought, is this a porch pirate? So
Yeah.
I started following this guy, and he was just going in and out of neighborhoods. I didn't follow him on his bumper, naturally. I was back a ways.
Yeah.
But he was just going in and out of neighborhoods like he was looking for something. And
See, that makes a lot more sense than like bikes or anything, especially now. It's just such easy pickings.
yeah, and eventually he caught on to the fact I was following him, and he got on the highway and left.
Huh.
But you get to follow people. I mean,
Well, not harassing him.
Not harassing, yeah.
From
But
a distance,
observing.
just I'm observing. This doesn't look right to me, so I'm going to drop back a ways, and I'm going to see what's going on.
Well, it's good to know that our Amazon packages are safe.
We can. Now, this vacation check, we're going to do a building that the city owns because I don't want to go to a resident.
right. We don't want to go to a we don't want to show everybody which house is on vacation like today.
Exactly.
Good point.
So we're going to use a building over at ABC Park and just kind of run through how we do it.
Right. Well, the potential there is you guys patrol ABC Park too, right? Don't you guys have
Of course, if
regular
it's-
patrol?
All the parks.
Yeah, all the.
Remember, area-wise, this is one of the biggest busiest cities in the state of Nevada, and
Right.
it's all ours.
That's right. To patrol.
Roger Bay says, great job. Trust your instincts.
Thank you, sir.
Trust your instinct.
One of the other things we do when we're going out following that individual porch pirate, the law we can enforce the most and issue citations for is handicap parking.
Ah, right.
Now, for people, if you think about it, it's not funny.
No.
Here you have these handicapped, disabled people.
Oh, it's
and
some of the
instead
worst.
of being able to go into the store, they have to park 10 or 15 parking spots away.
Right.
Look at how inconvenient that is. Some of them can't even walk that far.
You know, for the
And yet
people who really
people,
need
I'm
it
just
is,
running in for a second, I won't be there long, People do take advantage of conveniences.
especially in Boulder City. I mean, we have such a high elderly population that some of those people do really need it.
Yes. So that's one of the legal authorities we have is the ability to write citations for handicap parking.
All right, so what's the rundown? What are we looking for here in this?
Okay, I'm going to pull up to one of these buildings and I'm going to stay a distance away from it, so in case there's somebody in there burglarizing it,
Yeah, we're pretending this is a house on vacation.
Pretending.
they
Right.
won't know I'm here.
Oh, well, actually, they do this anyway. They'll patrol and they'll just check the buildings and, who's supposed
Old
to be
They'll
here.
ABC
pull
gym.
up right in front, just as if you think about it, if there was a problem occurring at a business.
So which building are we gonna?
We're going to get this one behind me.
Okay, so
Oh,
we
the old art.
Hang on a minute, I got to
gotta do cop stuff.
control Victor 5 is 10-6 ABC Park.
Victor 5.
And we don't tell them we're on a
They know.
vacation check because then everybody in the world knows.
Right. They know there's like no, we can't get out because we're like we're prisoners.
We'll see ya.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not. We haven't been cuffed yet.
Oh, thank you. Ah.
Okay, while Lonnie's doing this, let me try and explain it to you. Pretty much we never pull up directly in front of the property or in front of the place of concern. If it was a business, you never pull right up to the front door, park off to the side. Now what we do is we work as a team. I will be Lonnie's cover officer.
Right.
Meaning I worry about him as well as the premises. He's going to be doing all the walking around. I'm going to be paying attention. Anything that might be specific, looks unusual.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Lonnie sees here.
Okay.
Oh, it helps that Lonnie's taller. Yeah, I can't do that. It helps if you're tall. Okay.
Alright, check the doors. Check the doors.
Door's locked.
Windows. Make sure there's no glass breakage. Alright. Look for pry marks on the doors.
Right, to see if there's any breaking in.
Is anybody trying to break in?
Right.
We got sliding windows. We always kind of a little loud and let everybody know I'm here.
That's neat.
And my role in life is to make sure Lonnie is okay.
If I go around this corner and I get surprised with a gunshot,
Lonnie
he's
knows.
got my back. He's calling.
Right. Gary knows that the wheel wells are bulletproof. That's where he'll be. Whoa, look at this.
Uh-oh.
Needs to be reported.
Yeah.
That definitely needs to be reported. Huh?
Open window.
Oh my God.
Open window. Look, we did something.
We're doing it.
I should say it's an unsecure window.
Was it closed?
It was closed when I came up, but it's not secure, so someone
Okay.
will need to notify somebody.
We will
noise or a lot of noise?
No noise.
No noise.
You want to be quiet because if they're in there, you might hear them or see a sign and you can back off quietly and call for help.
Yeah.
But if you're making a lot of noise, they're going to know you're here and they're going to either confront you or they're going to just take
Right.
off.
The idea is not to confront anybody, right?
You don't want to confront anybody. I like this sound.
The crunching of the rocks underneath your feet.
But we found, so have we ever discovered anybody in the house, during the house sit?
Yes, actually I was out on patrol with one of our other volunteers. Some guy came flying up in his pickup truck and said, hey, I'm a caretaker at this lady's house. She has a rental property and I just went in there and there was somebody in the house.
Ah,
So she left, and so he took us to the house, and we got there, and the person had left. That led to the naked guy.
That's what led to the naked guy.
he sees everything.
I'm the guy who's here. He was in the house naked, and when he heard all the commotion, he decided to take off. So he was partially clothed, trying to get down the stairs. He called back up, and they had him.
He was an easy description.
What was he wearing?
Not a whole lot.
Let's see, this looks secure. Okay.
Nice.
No, so why was
Yeah, we can step over.
why was he robbing a house naked? I mean,
He wasn't robbing the house. Come find out, he found out the place was vacant.
Yeah, it was empty.
He crawled through the doggy door.
Yep.
And
The
he
dog,
had-
secure
he
dog
had
door.
been living in there for like a week.
I see. He was just taking a shower.
Yeah, he was hanging out.
Yeah.
You know, he had a roof over his head. He had plumbing,
Oh no. What is
anything he wanted.
that?
So that's pretty much how you do a vacation here, right?
How many vacations? Is this become a busy period for vacations? I think August, people are taking off.
Yeah, the summertime is a busy time. We've got, on the books right now, we've probably got 8 or 9 vacation checks. that we should do.
7:30.
7:30.
Are we done?
Think we're about done.
Gentlemen, do you end exactly on time?
Yes, we end exactly well, sort of. Yeah, we
Sort of.
He has to go to work.
Yes, I gotta go to work.
Our children. Good. Or at
I
least
think that's a great thing.
substitute teaching.
Children,
In about a month I'll be educating, but
children are tomorrow's products. They're what's going to make civilization. What I'd like to say as far as the volunteers is, Lonnie, if you have anything to say, please do. But to everybody who lives here, let's help each other. Let's worry about each other, and let's be safe. Thank you.
I just have to say, if you see something, say something.
that's a good one. If you see something, say something. Dave says thank you to the volunteers.
Yeah.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, we're gonna try to do this maybe like once a quarter, you know, just kind of find out what they're doing, and you know, we can just.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay, episode 130, what is it, 3, right?
133.
Boulder. Hey, see you guys next week. Actually, we're gonna go see an orchard in Boulder City. It'll be pretty cool.
There we go.